the Inside Scoop with Christie McMullen. We've got a great program here. We spoke with a lot with Christie over the past few days, and it's really been great to get to know her and learn about what's happening at Elizabethtown Gas. And we're so glad that you're here today to learn about it as well. I do want to say before we get started that major funding for today's Inside Scoop program has been provided by Elizabethtown Gas. Elizabethtown Gas is a subsidiary of South Jersey Industries based in Union, New Jersey, committed to delivering safe, reliable, affordable, clean energy to over 300,000 customers throughout Union, Middlesex, Sussex, Warren, Hunterdon, Morris, and Mercer counties. GPI, a nationally recognized engineering firm that has been working to better our communities by providing high-quality engineering and construction services for over 50 years. Henkels & McCoy, there is energy in everything we do. M&J Engineering, innovative and state-of-the-art solutions. Parsons, our New York, New Jersey professionals work every day to transform the landscape and improve mobility in the region. PSE&G, we make things work for you. Trinity Subservice, understand what's underneath. And Van Cleef Engineering Associates, engineering with focus. Since 1972, Van Cleef delivers responsive, innovative, and cost-effective engineering solutions to our valued clients. Well, like I said, we're really, really happy to be here today. The Alliance for Action, we bring exciting leaders and profile exciting developments to our members all the time. And I'm proud to introduce one of New Jersey's great leaders this morning. But first, let's think about the routine that we went through to get here today. We woke up, we turned on the light. Our home was warm because of reliable gas service. We may have even cooked an egg on a stove with natural gas. And the hospitals were able to keep their patients warm in their operating rooms at necessary temperatures. Well, whether at your home or your place of business, that all happened because of folks like our guest this morning. But, you know, we often take it for granted. I'm going to tell you one person who doesn't take it for granted, and that's Christie McMullen. Christie McMullen is president and chief operations officer of Elizabethtown Gas. And she also oversees Elkton Gas in the state of Maryland in that same capacity. Christie is an industry veteran with nearly 30 years experience in utility operations, including gas, construction, distribution, and engineering. She knows reliability because she's worked in the whole line of the process that ultimately made your stove work this morning, or indeed kept your house or that hospital warm. Since joining Elizabethtown in 2019, she's made upgrading its infrastructure a top priority. We're ready to hear about what's in store from her this morning. So, Christie, if I could please welcome you to the stage. It's great having you here today. Really looking forward to hearing what's happening at Elizabethtown Gas. And once again, good morning.
So good morning. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. It's really a pleasure to be here today and be part of the Inside Scoop for the New Jersey Alliance for Action. Again, I'm Christie McMullen, and I am the president and COO of Elizabethtown Gas. And
the presentation, but that's okay. We're coming back to it. We're going back in. So, Christie, if we can just ask you to turn on your mic and camera at the bottom of the screen there, you should be able to pop right back up.
Okay.
That's good.
Well, was I on mic at all?
You were good at the beginning, and then we just, decided to we pulled you off stage for some reason. I'm not sure why we did that.
This is the first time I've gotten a hook, so I thought it was a pretty good presentation, but all right.
So we're sorry about that, but yes, you're good to go now.
All right. Well, so take two. So good morning. It's a pleasure being here. Go ahead and flip to the next slide on the agenda. So I'm going to go over SGI at a glance, Elizabethtown Gas overview, talk a little bit about our achievements and advancements in customer service, and safety, which is core to everything we do. And then I'm going to pivot and talk about SGI's clean energy goals and including the projects and investments the company is making to deliver on our mission to provide safe, reliable, affordable, clean energy for a better today and tomorrow. So let me go ahead and start with an overview of SGI. We're an energy infrastructure holding company. We're based in energy services to customers through two primary subsidiaries. We have SJI Utilities and SJI Energy Enterprises. SJIU houses the company's regulated natural gas utility operations, providing natural gas to more than 700,000 residential, commercial, and industrial customers across New Jersey. And that's via our two companies, South Jersey Gas and Elizabethtown Gas. South Jersey Energy Enterprises houses the company's non-utility operations, primarily focused on clean energy development, decarbonization via renewable energy production, and energy management activities. And today I'll be giving you an overview of SJI and its subsidiaries, focusing on Elizabethtown Gas. Perfect, thank you. So SJI Utilities is the largest standalone natural gas utility in New Jersey with approximately 10,000 miles of distribution and transmission pipeline. And Elizabethtown's gas territory is shown here in orange, and we serve over 300,000 customers via our 4 operation centers that are open 24/7. We have over 400 employees and 350 plus contractors, and we could not do it without that contractor partnership. We continue to grow the business, and Elizabethtown Gas has added 4,800 meters and installed over 35 miles of main in 2021, which is our highest in ETG's history. Natural gas remains in strong demand across New Jersey, with our utilities adding more than 12,000 new customers over the last 12 months. You know, when the customers are out there and they see that yellow pipe, you know, sometimes, you know, they're calling us and say, how do we get natural gas? So let me talk a little bit next about our mission. As an organization, we're committed to delivering safe, reliable, affordable, clean energy for a better today and tomorrow for our over 300,000 customers at ETG and a 700,000 total across SJI Utilities. And we consistently strive to improve our natural gas system for the benefit of our customers and those communities we serve. So let's dig a little bit deeper into these key mission areas. And I want to start with safety and reliability. Our 700,000 customers depend on safe and reliable service to meet their heating needs and for other critical applications such as cooking and hot water. And this includes dozens of schools, hospitals, first responders, and government buildings that count on the company to support those vital operations. And Jerry did a great job of teeing that up for us today, talking about the importance of what we do day in and day out. And we're obligated to provide safe, adequate, and proper natural gas service to meet the customer demands and manage against loss of gas supply. This focus on safety, it starts with investing in our people. And over the past several years, we've invested in transforming our safety culture, and we've really seen the benefits. We were awarded the AGA Industry Accident Prevention Award for 2019 and 2020, and we're certainly in line to win that again in 2021 with our safety performance because it was the best ever. So excellent work there from a safety perspective. We're also investing in our systems, and we're investing in, you know, our training programs. For example, virtual reality training. And this makes sure that we were able to provide the best service for our customers, and it instills confidence in our employees as they can practice and get exposure to situations and tasks prior to being out in the field. And we're upgrading our system via our $300 million infrastructure investment program. We're replacing 250 miles of aging cast iron and bare steel main over a 5-year period. And there's numerous benefits of this program. And I'll talk a little bit later about methane emissions. But from a safety perspective, one part of that is we're also installing excess flow valves like the one you see pictured here. And when we replace the service, we go ahead and install these excess flow valves. And these work in the event of a damage to the gas line. The excess flow valve can stop leaks by automatically shutting off service. So Elizabethtown Gas is very focused also on customer satisfaction, which is part of our mission. And it's certainly a core focus area for us. And for the 7th consecutive year, Elizabethtown Gas was ranked highest in customer satisfaction with residential natural gas service in J.D. Power's East Midsize Utility Survey. And I like to talk about, you know, when I interviewed for the job, I remember coming into the office and I saw this row of JD Power Awards on the wall. And, there were 3 less at the time, but I knew that it was a, pretty special company when I saw that. And I know that me personally, it's something that as the caretaker of this business, I want to make sure that we continue to deliver this award-winning service to our customers. So clean energy future. So delivering clean energy is also part of our mission. And to advance that mission, SJI formed the Clean Energy and Sustainability Team in 2020, and with the ambitious goal of achieving carbon neutrality by 2040. And through a new series of sustainability initiatives, SJI will eliminate its own carbon footprint and significantly reduce the fossil fuel consumption for over 700,000 utility customers. And there's really 3 pillars to our clean energy action plan: clean energy or clean and renewable energy, carbon neutral operations, and expanded energy efficiency. Clean and renewable energy projects will include investments in renewable natural gas, green hydrogen, and fuel cell technology. SGI plans to achieve 70% carbon reduction of operational emissions and consumption by the year 2030 and 100% reduction by 2040. And we're committing to spend at least 25% of our annual capital expenditures towards sustainability investments. And those investments include things like installing solar panels on our SGI facilities, replacing our aging transmission pipe to reduce fugitive emissions, upgrading our leak detection technologies, and converting more of our service fleet to low carbon density fuel. Finally, SJI plans to expand energy efficiency programs beyond the more than $133 million in energy efficiency programs that we've already invested to help customers reduce their energy footprint by offering rebates on energy efficiency, heating equipment, weatherization, and home energy assessments. So let's start. Before I talk about those 3 areas of our pillars of our plan, I want to talk a little bit and give a brief description of what I mean by renewable natural gas. Renewable natural gas, or biomethane, is produced from existing waste streams and a variety of renewable and sustainable biomass sources, including animal waste. It could be crop residuals, food waste. Methane can also be captured from landfills and water and wastewater treatment plants. The biogas is then treated to remove moisture, particles, contaminants, and other gases. And then once it's processed, it's interchangeable with traditional pipeline quality natural gas. It's carbon neutral, extremely versatile, and fully compatible with the U.S. pipeline infrastructure. And understanding how valuable this can be to SGI, in December 2020, we acquired a minority interest in Rev LNG. And this is a company that specializes in the development and transportation of renewable natural gas, liquefied natural gas, and compressed natural gas in North America. And SGI's investment comes with the rights to develop anaerobic digesters at a portfolio of dairy farms to produce RNG. And I've probably learned more about cows in the last 2 years that I have in a lifetime. So let's go to the next slide, please. Are we frozen here? Oh, there we go. So renewable energy projects serving Elizabethtown gas. SGI has broke ground on several RNG facilities over the past few months. The first one is Oak Ridge Dairy Farm. It's a $12 million RNG facility, a pivotal clean energy venture for SGI that's going to enable Elizabethtown gas customers to utilize renewable energy. And I'm super excited about this project, and I'm so happy that it's going to be supplying gas in the Elizabethtown's territory. It includes construction of one $2 million gallon anaerobic digester, and is expected to be operational by September 2022. And the digester is going to produce 60,000 decatherms of RNG per year. And so if you translate that, it creates carbon offsets that are equal to 690 passenger vehicles driven per year. And I like to, use that comparison, right? So instead of just talking in decatherms, when we talk about passenger vehicles, you can really understand what the positive benefits are. Truckloads, 1 truckload every other day of compressed RNG from the farm. And in case I get this question, they're going to be using renewable gas, or they're going to be using natural gas in those vehicles that truck the gas to us. And it's going to be injected into our distribution system in northwest New Jersey, actually at our New Village facility. The RNG is going to be used to supply a portion of the company's service territory that currently only has 1 pipeline supplier. So not only does this support the state's environmental goals, but it enhances the reliability and supply diversity in an isolated part of our territory. So let's talk about some other projects, not just in Elizabethtown's area. They're expanding beyond the Northeast region. This past December, SGI broke ground on a $15 million RNG project that will that actually marks the first exploration of facilities outside the Northeast region. And the project includes construction of 4, so it's 1 project with 4, sub-projects, 4 anaerobic digesters to capture methane produced by cow manure at 4 different farms. And when I look at what the project that'll produce, it's 307,000 decatherms, and you convert that into passenger vehicles driven per year, that's equivalent to 3,500 passenger vehicles driven per year being off the system. So SGI and Rev LNG, they plan to build several similar RNG producing plants over the coming year. So this is really just the tip of the iceberg with what we plan to do from an RNG perspective. So infrastructure modernization programs, that's the second key focus. If you remember, there were 3 key focus areas of our approach to carbon neutrality. And that's infrastructure modernization programs, that second focus area. When we look at our 2 regulated natural gas utilities, South Jersey Gas and Elizabethtown Gas, SGI is currently undertaking several multi-year infrastructure investment programs to enhance the safety and reliability of our gas utility systems, and then also reducing the methane emissions from fugitive releases from aging pipe. New Jersey regulators have historically been very supportive of accelerated replacement and modernization programs for SGI and other New Jersey gas utilities, as evidenced by our IIP program and our historical AIRP and SHARP programs. These programs support and further the goal of New Jersey's Energy Master Plan, which provides for improving energy efficiency, resiliency, and emergency preparedness and response. And since inception, the programs that I've mentioned, they've resulted in over 1,200 jobs. And SGI earns a timely return on these improvements by recognizing these costs and rates each October. So let's talk a little bit about Elizabethtown Gas. Elizabethtown Gas and our IIP program. We're ever cognizant of our obligation to ensure the safety of our natural gas system and the overall service provided to our customers. And while ETG has been making considerable investments in modernizing its natural gas system for a number of years, a significant portion of our company's legacy distribution system is still comprised of aging at-risk pipe. And so the Elizabethtown Gas Infrastructure Investment Program, or IIP for short, targets replacing vintage cast iron, bare steel, ductile iron, and vintage plastic mains and services. And this is a $300 million 5-year program, which began July 1st, 2019, and it's going to replace approximately 250 miles of main. We successfully completed the 2nd year of that program, and that includes a reduction of approximately 480 metric tons per year of CO2 equivalent emissions from vintage pipes. And we replaced 44 miles of main, including a 6,200 foot, 16-inch, very big diameter of vintage cast iron that went down the center of Westfield. Very exciting project. IIP will enhance the safety, reliability, and resiliency of ETG's distribution system, promote critical necessary economic relief and employment growth in New Jersey, and provide economic benefits consistent with the state's sustainability goals. The third key area of our Clean Energy Action Plan is expanding energy efficiency. Beyond expanding our clean energy investments, we want to do everything we can to help our customers save money and conserve energy. So far, SJI has already invested $118 million on energy efficiency programs. Energy efficiency programs is one of the key ways customers can take action to fight climate change. And that's why we're thrilled that the New Jersey Board of Public Utilities approved ETG to expand our energy efficiency programs. The expanded programs authorize ETG to spend $83 million over the next 3 years to deliver meaningful and innovative energy efficiency solutions to help customers lower energy costs and reduce their carbon footprint. ETG also received approval of a conservation incentive program, which eliminates the link between usage and margin, which puts ETG in a stronger position to help customers manage their energy bills. And when fully subscribed, the program will help customers save $152 million in energy costs and 45 million therms over its lifetime. And again, equating that to about the same as removing over 87,000 cars from New Jersey roadways for a year. And as part of that program, ETG has launched Conserve. It's a new online energy efficiency resource, and it's free and available through the Elizabethtown Gas website. And Conserve offers tips and information to help customers decrease their energy consumption, lower their energy bills, and reduce their impact on the environment while maintaining comfort at home or work. And then in addition, the program has the potential to support the creation of almost 2,000 jobs over 3 years and demonstrates the company's commitment to the clean energy and environmental priorities of our state and the region. Together, we have a responsibility to preserve the environment for future generations. And going forward, we will offer a wide range of sustainability solutions working towards our ambitious vision for carbon neutrality. So looking ahead, we're excited about the progress we've made. SJI is consistently striving to improve our natural gas system for the benefit of our customers and the communities we serve. The safety and security of our infrastructure remains our biggest priority. And with the support of our regulators, we will continue to invest in improvements. SJI values the vendors and contractors who work on our system. We're certainly grateful for the opportunity to partner with the hardworking men and women in the construction trades. And we look forward to executing our plan to safely and reliably deliver the clean, decarbonized energy of the future through our fully modernized 21st century system. And with that, I was going to go ahead and open it up for questions.
Well, that's really terrific, Christy. Thank you very much. And if you do have a question for Christy, please put it in the chat or just let us know. We'll be able to bring you up onto the stage and you can speak directly with Christy McMullen. One of the things I noticed, everything you were talking about, I mean, great stuff with the replacing the pipes and your your infrastructure investment plan is terrific. But it all comes down to not only providing clean service for us, reliable service for us, and affordable service for us. But at the end of the day, it also creates, there was one item you said created 2,000 jobs. And I was writing things down real fast. I couldn't keep up, but it was really interesting how many jobs you're creating. So terrific news there. That is really fantastic. You know, before we got started, Christy, you and I were talking and you let me know that you went to school as an electrical engineer, and obviously engineering is really the backbone of so many of the utility operations. You've been in the business now for 30 years. What changes have you witnessed in the engineering field over those last few decades, and how have those changes affected the way your industry operates?
So I would say, you know, it's interesting. A lot of things have changed. Some things have stayed the same. I remember a few months ago, I had actually came across an old safety monthly update from like the 1930s, and it could have been written today. You know, the same words in there about the importance of safety. Now the numbers and the targets were different, right? But so I think the focus on safety across the board has been the same, but we continue to certainly raise the bar. The nuts and bolts of the gas industry are actually, instead of nuts and bolts, it's probably valves and pipe, right? Relatively the same. What's really been transformational is things that have really wrapped around excess flow valves, and certainly computers. I tell young engineers today that, one of the first things I had to do when I got a job was do a business case for why we needed to have a computer. Right. And it was just like we had one and we needed a second one. We had to like sign it out. And so, we've come a long way. Right. And the computer systems have really, revolutionized, the industry. SCADA systems were actually worked on SCADA systems when I first started with Baltimore Gas and Electric. And so SCADA. And then certainly when we look at the IT systems and what we're able to do, going from paper records to online access to records. We recently implemented a really transformational leak survey system where everything's on a tablet, and you can actually breadcrumb to make sure that where the individual has gone for the leak survey. So I think the IT systems that have gone around it, GIS, been truly transformational, right? Especially in the way we work and manage work. Because when you look at work in a tabular form, things may not pop out to you. But if you map it out and you look at it, you say, oh, it would be efficient, go over here first. And so that GIS applications have been truly transformational for us.
Well, that's obviously true. And we see it every day in life, the way computers have changed us. I was working with my son a couple of years ago on helping him out some homework. And just something came up and I said, you're lucky you have this. I would have had gone down to the library and looked at an encyclopedia to get this information. And he said, you didn't always have a computer? I said, no, not quite. So, but going back to what you're saying, it makes so much of what you're trying to understand and learn so much easier and so much quicker. That's really a great time, a great thing. If you do have a question for Christie, please let us know. Put a message in the chat or in the Q&A section of our system here, and we'll bring you up onto the stage. But I did want to ask you, and this is really a sign of the times. For many decades, the utility industry was really male dominated. But in recent years, we've seen that start to change. We have Melissa Orson at SJI Utilities. Kim Hanneman is the president and COO of PSE&G. Cheryl Norton at New Jersey American Water. She was the president of New Jersey American Water and now since become the COO of American Water. And yourself at Elizabethtown Gas, which is really terrific. You bring different perspectives to the utility industry. Can you tell us a little bit about what those perspectives, the difference in perspectives mean for leadership roles in the utilities?
So I'd say, when I think about, why are we seeing, a lot more women in leadership in these utilities? I think it's a function of, a lot of the leadership would come out of your engineering areas, your accounting, perhaps legal, and excuse me, to lead the utilities, you really need some history, some experience. And I think when I look back at when I started in the industry, first you have to go into some of those fields, right? So that you have the knowledge and experience to move up within the organization. And I think now what you're seeing is there's some very qualified women that have a lot of experience in the utilities and then now having the opportunity to move up. And so I'm certainly really excited about that. When I think of different perspectives, I think it's just like diversity around diversity of thought, diversity of backgrounds. When you have people that are coming from different backgrounds, they're going to bring different perspectives. And I think, we really want to reflect the communities that we serve, whether that's, ethnicity, gender, whatever. And so I think it's really important. I have a hard time, I guess, painting a brush on exactly the woman's perspective, right? So I think it's just different. I'll tell you one thing that I am excited about I'm really excited about, getting more women in some of these roles now that we've got this hybrid workforce, right? And women or men, right? And we might have lost women, and recently men, when they started having families, because of the ability to manage and go, maybe go for an area where that you can work remotely or you work part-time or whatever. But it's the good side, I think, of COVID with the hybrid workforce. I'm excited, and I'm hopeful that that'll increase the number of people with families that continue in the workforce.
I do want to point out that we have been given permission to share your presentation today, which is terrific. Chris just put it up onto the chat in our system here. So if you'd like to see Christie McMullen's presentation, it's there for you to review. So which is really nice. You went through a bunch of information here, and I mentioned how it's jobs, not only just providing better service. How do the people in our room here today, how do they go about trying to work for Elizabethtown Gas?
Well, certainly we post our jobs, right? So those are out there. If you're a company looking to do business from us, you can register to be a supplier on our website, fill that information out, and compete to be one of our suppliers. So again, we really look at our contractors as our partners in this. And we're looking for good people across the board, right? Talent. And so it seems like I'm proving a wreck every other day. So good stuff.
Let me ask you a little bit about your background. You mentioned before we got started how you got involved with this industry really in high school, and now you're not only working here with Elizabethtown Gas, you're also running a company in Maryland. What kind of insights can you give us? Is it easier to do work in Maryland? Is it more difficult? Are there things being done in Maryland that you're going to start implementing in New Jersey? There's got to be different ways to split an apple. So how does that help you?
So one thing. So I guess my bio wasn't updated, but we actually sold Elkton Gas. So Elkton Gas was about 9,000 customers, and we sold that to Chesapeake Utilities. It was a great merger for them because they, that was only that one small piece that South Jersey Industries had in Maryland, right? And it's certainly a lot easier when you were operating in the same state, and they already had a footprint in the state, and so that made that went through I think last year. So just a little bit of update there. But when I think about Maryland versus, New Jersey, I think it's more, I think about the different companies, right? And how different companies operate, I think New Jersey's a lot like Maryland in that I always say, you've got your mountain area, you've got your beach area, you've got, your city area. I know one of the things I always people say, well, what do you think of the traffic up here? And I always say, you kidding me? I'm from the DC suburbs. It's pretty bad there too. But I think the environment, the people, different state to state. But when I think about the companies, one of the things that I've really tried to do is take any best practices that I've learned from my previous company and bring that to here, and I do that really on a regular basis. I'm actually a Six Sigma Master Black Belt, and some of that process thinking, I think, sticks with you no matter where you are and what level you are in the organization. And best practices are something that I truly love. So saying, okay, we do it this way. I did it this way here. When you guys do it this way, explain how you do it. Here in New Jersey. So
I'm sure there's always going to be a lot of give and take, and that's great. You get a different perspective, and someone was in Maryland when you're running that organization, they could give you good information, and probably went back the same way too with taking information and ideas from New Jersey. I want to say thank you, Christie. Elizabethtown Gas and SJI Industries have been a strong supporter of the Alliance for Action throughout the years. Long time member. We're looking. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm told that Tim White. Tim White does have a question. So if I could ask Tim to turn his camera on, his microphone on, we'll introduce and invite Tim to the stage. Tim, are you with us now? There you go. How
Yes.
are you doing, Tim?
Doing well, thank you. Just my quick question was, how can industry better promote the benefits of renewable natural gas as part of our energy mix? I know there's a big sort of educational gap between educating consumers, and certainly I think legislators also need to be educated more. But what would your advice be for the industry and how to better promote the benefits of renewable natural gas?
I think meetings like this are kind of my first step, right? I don't know, how much, the larger organization or the state, our various companies are aware of all the good things we're doing with renewable natural gas. I think we need to get the message out there, right? We need to give you the tools, the stats, the information to say, hey, 75% of our homes are, heated with natural gas in the state, right? And that's a great stat to have in your head, and really being ambassadors for us, right? Having the understanding what the facts are and how important natural gas is to this state, and being that ambassador, whether it's when you're meeting with your neighbors, or whether you're in business and helping us out in that way.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, Tim. We're going to go now to Stephen Testa. Steve is with Burns and McDonnell. Steve, if I could ask you to turn your camera and microphone on, we'll bring you up to the stage and you can speak with Christie McMullen.
Yeah.
There we go, Stephen. How are you?
With Burns and McDonnell. Hi, Christie. I think it was just earlier this week, the AGA pre-released a commission study that they had done on the future of natural gas in the overall energy portfolio in the U.S. Definitely a very interesting some conclusions that they had drawn from that. And obviously those of us have been in the industry for a while, and those just looking to get into the industry probably want to know the longevity of this industry, right? Mm-hmm. And it's great that everything that you're doing and others are doing with renewable natural gas, with hydrogen, blending, pilot projects you're hearing across the country, folks kind of exploring those opportunities. Where do you see ETG headed as it pertains to kind of the longer term future of ETG and the natural gas industry in the area?
So I really feel that Elizabethtown Gas and the gas industry in general is a really critical piece and tool as we transition into these more clean energy, wind, solar. We have to be planful. We have to be mindful of how we do this. We've seen examples in other areas, in other countries, Germany, whatever, where maybe they weren't as planful, right? And so we need to be planful in our approach. And we feel that natural gas is certainly a key component of our future. We've got the pipes, we are upgrading, our systems. And, I kind of think back, back in the 20s, right, we had manufactured natural gas, right? So this industry has transformed before. We went from manufactured gas to natural gas, right? And that, unless you're in the business, there's significant difference there, right? You had to upgrade, you had to go into homes and upgrade, change out appliances and some things like that. But we've done it before. And I really think that this is, the future is available for us. And certainly when we think about hydrogen, there's just lots of potential there as well.
That's great. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Stephen. Thank you very much. I want to say again, Christie, thank you for joining us today, and thank you for all the support Elizabethtown Gas and SJI Industries has provided with the Alliance throughout the years. It's a great partnership. We're looking forward to continuing working with you and with SJI Industries to get all of what you're talking about today, get that through the pipeline and get that work out on the streets so you can continue providing better, more affordable, more clean a service to all of your customers. So that's terrific news, and we're glad to be working with you. Let me say thank you one more time to our sponsors. Penny, if I could give you a little bit of time to bring our sponsor list up onto the screen. And I will start by just saying thank you one more time. There we go. Well, let me start with the sponsors, and Penny can hopefully, there we go. Our first sponsor, Elizabethtown Gas, a subsidiary of South Jersey Industries based in Union, New Jersey, committed to delivering safe, reliable, affordable, clean energy to over 300,000 customers throughout Union, Middlesex, Sussex, Warren, Hunterdon, Morris, and Mercer counties. GPI, a nationally recognized engineering firm that has been working to better our communities by providing high-quality engineering and construction services for over 50 years. Henkels and McCoy, there is energy in everything we do. M&J Engineering, innovative and state-of-the-art solutions. Parsons, our New York, New Jersey professionals work every day to transform the landscape and improve mobility in the region. PSE&G, we make things work for you. Trinity Subservice, understand what's underneath. And Van Cleef Engineering Associates, engineering with focus since 1972. Van Cleef delivers responsive, innovative, and cost-effective engineering solutions to our valued clients. So I want to say thank you to our terrific staff for making this possible. I'm talking about Chris Hartman, Bill Healy, Penny Grasso, Lynn Swalje, Athena Xenios. And I want to say thank you to Christy and your terrific staff for putting this all together. Great information provided today. Looking forward to, like I said, seeing all this work hit the streets or continue to hit the streets. And then also the benefits we can get by the improved service that you're going to be providing. So we have a lot coming up in the next several weeks with the Alliance for Action. We have our Somerset County chapter meeting. We're going to be meeting with Mike Venuto, the chief engineer of the Delaware River Port Authority. We're going to be having a huge event at the end of next month, which will be focusing on the federal infrastructure dollars and what those dollars will mean for New Jersey. Many of our speakers will have project lists that say this is what we're going to be spending this money on. We're also going to be having a panel discussion there that'll focus on making sure New Jersey does get the maximum benefit of the dollars we'll be getting. So it's a very busy time. If you have any questions, reach out to us at the office at 732-225-1180. And once again, I would like to say thank you to everyone that made this happen. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.